that quick, like, I want to be instantly gratified. I want to post this, and I want people to understand this is what I think. Do you agree with me or do you not? Yeah. And that agreeing equates to a double click, right? And a like.
Yeah, give me a like.
You gave me a like. That means you agree with me.
Did you see Beltran like that? What a dick.
What a douche.
Right? It's
that thing, right? And it's so stupid.
No.
It's so narrow-minded. It's so childish. Like, I look for a space in the world that people just have open conversation. I want people to disagree with me. Yeah. I want people to tell me why I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think part of it is also just there's the tribal, but there's also just a general like lack of curiosity, right? Like everybody likes the feeling of like I'm done knowing things.
Wait,
I know the things I have to know,
or to be part of a social dynamic.
No, but wait, it's not even. It's even more so. It's that thought and that feeling of acceptance, and it feeds more into like that mental health aspect that we've talked about a million times. That people just want to be accepted and they want to feel like, you feel me, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with you not feeling me. I'm okay with you saying you're fucking wrong. Okay, so tell me why.
But that's because you have other aspects. You're surrounded. You know, and you're exactly right. There's a lot of people in this world that go to a dead-end job that's not stimulating. They come home, and they're like, "Fuck, I need some kind of a social dynamic."
Yeah, like
to jump into.
The parking authority people. Art Noriega, that fucking loser, the guy that's now he's like the city of Miami or whatever the fuck, right? That he was basically a glorified meter maid for 5 years, and now he's like fucking, right? I mean, I'm just saying, like that's what these are.
Everyone wants to belong, man.
Everyone wants to belong, and I feel like a lot of times people they just want you to agree with them, and then when you don't agree with them, automatically you are the bad guy.
Yeah,
why am I the bad guy? Actually, if nothing else, the world was created on people that didn't agree.
Yeah,
it was created like that whole. I think the special people, the ones that really created a change, were the ones that didn't agree.
100%.
I always go back to Bourdain because obviously I love Bourdain. I've read his books a million times.
Amazing human.
He just didn't agree with the way that media or people were perceiving food.
Yeah.
And just the whole thing, culture, food, the whole, and he said, we're going to do this differently. And now, obviously, you know, the way his life ended was tragic.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah.
And he had demons and so on and so forth. But there was like, that is just a small example of someone that wanted to create change. And they didn't agree. And then everyone was like, well, this guy is great. So if this guy is great, then why don't you take just like a page from his book and just disagree for once?
Yeah. And what was
and be okay with disagreeing with me.
And why? And I've never in my life met, now mind you, I hang out with a lot of like-minded people, but I've never in my life met someone that did not like Anthony Bourdain. And I think what it is about him, or at least respected him, is that he was fucking genuine, dude.
Right.
I mean, you could, now you've read a lot more about him, but I mean, in some aspects, Anthony Bourdain could be perceived as pretty pretentious.
For sure.
But at the same time, he'll crush a fucking chili cheese dog, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And he just liked real, it just seemed, again, you probably know a lot more about this, but he just liked real shit.
I think he just eloquently put thoughts and things together that people couldn't put together.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the other day I couldn't sleep. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning and I just went downstairs and I just started watching a cook's tour. And I just started like watching and it was like mindless just watching and just thinking about like the way he spoke about food and the way he understood food and the way he understood culture and those kind of things. I was like, man, you know, like I need to step my fucking game up. Yeah. Like understanding, that self-awareness, like I don't know enough. Yeah. That curiosity is so lost in the world today. It's so like everyone wants to be so accepting about everything around them. Yeah. To not question the things around them. Instead of saying, like, well, you know, this is kind of right, but is it all the way right? Like, I don't understand. Like, can I disagree with you and you not hate me at the same time?
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting climate that we live in because some people will look at you as a business owner and being open and saying, you are the devil.
Yeah.
I'm going back 100%. To West Palm Beach. I'm going back to West Palm Beach and saying, You were at the town hall meeting. You are open. You are Satan. You are the devil.
That's right. Shut her
And
down.
then some other people are looking at you saying, you are doing God's work by being open. And then you're in the middle just saying, I'm just trying to do my fucking job.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feed my fucking kids, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It always boils down to like some fundamental fact. People are trying to use what we're doing as like a thing instead of just saying we're just trying to provide.
Yeah, we also like to polarize. It's just easier, right? Like, oh, I have an iPhone. You have an Android? Your phone's a piece of shit.
Trash.
And the more I tell you your Android's a piece of shit, the more you're going to like that fucking Android. It's this weird, analytical fucking phenomenon in the human brain, And obviously that applies to the, polarity of politics and stances. But it's a crazy world, man. But yeah, skepticism.
So you, wait,
yeah.
Going back, you served in the military?
I did, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I was kind of a little bit of a rough kid until I was about 21, 22. I was at FIU, not doing very well, and I saw...
You in the proud?
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
I was at FIU, not doing anything good, and a girl in a blue uniform.
I love that.
Yeah.
Not doing anything good.
I was like...
That might be the title of the podcast.
Yeah, I was like... looking at my computer, my A++ course going, D-, fucking your family. I didn't even show up.
Yeah.
Good dude, right?
Done.
My man. So I saw a girl in blue uniform, and I was like, hey, what's that? And she told me it's Air Force, RTC. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. So fast forward 2 years, I'm in the RTC, commissioned into the Air Force as a intelligence officer. So did that, spent some time in Iraq, Korea, did some weapons development stuff.
God, just stop speaking so quickly. You spent time in Iraq and Korea. Mm-hmm. God bless you. Go on.
Yeah. Iraq, not a good culinary scene. Although, actually, no, hold on. Actually, let me stop myself.
Sorry.
Let me stop myself because...
Not a good culinary scene.
How's our market share in Baghdad?
Yeah.
I hope I'm not fucking everyone up.
Pretty...
I could plummet your fucking ratings.
Our ad share in Baghdad is pretty bad.
Okay, good.
I gotta
the
say,
people of Salina, Kansas, don't mind me bad mouthing Baghdad. But actually, no. I'm gonna fucking backpedal a little bit here because
I love
one of my best. What I did in Iraq was I went supporting the army and I ran a DOMEX unit, which is documented media exploitation. Basically, the way things worked in Iraq, and this is horrific, but it just is what it is. War is horrible, which I'm a pacifist and I fucking hate war. But the
podcast is just taking such a good turn.
Let's go crazy.
No
one cares about beer and
such a good turn.
Yeah.
I just got a text like we should start wrapping up. That was 20 minutes ago.
Go
on, tell me more.
They'll edit it. Yeah. They'll edit it. They all, like he has a team. They'll edit it.
Yeah.
But you and your team will edit it.
Right. CBS.
Todd brought a bottle of wine. It's not my fault.
No, listen, I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
So the way it works out there, to cut the chase about it is, I was in the surge. I came right in with the surge, right? We were getting our ass kicked out.
The only thing I know about the surge is a soft drink. Tell me what that means.
Yeah, so it's good because people that think they know about the surge have no idea what the fucking surge is. The surge was us negotiating with terrorists. So the bottom line is we rolled in, we signed a peace agreement with the Shia, right? So the Shia and the Sunni were the big ones out there. So we signed a ceasefire with the Shia, and we said, all right, you join us. We're going to go fuck up the Sunni. That's basically what it was because they were causing most of the issues at the time. And we set up these houses. This is fucking real, right? We set up these like frat houses.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This is the realest episode of Punk Podcast ever.
So we set up these little like frat houses, and we said, all right, hey, you fucking Beltran, and you Falco, you Jiménez, here's what we want you. I'm going to pay you and your boys to live in this house. I'm going to pay you, say, $3,000 a week. You divvy it up because you don't have a fucking job because your country went to the shitter because we invaded and disbanded the military and all that, right? So, which should have thought that one through W. But anyway, so you don't have a fucking job, so you're bored, so you're fucking shooting things up. Stop shooting at us. We'll give you money. You chill in the frat house, and guess what? We'll call you up and say, yo, let's go kick in the door on some Sunni guy's house. Kick in the door, capture, kill that Sunni guy, and all the weapons we'll just give to you in your frat house. And then Al-Qaeda, at the time, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, which essentially defunct at this point, thankfully, they were doing the exact same thing with the Sunni, like paying them to fight us. So once a week, we would get a brief on how much they were paying. We're like, all right, let's pay a little more. That's literally how we quote unquote, big quote unquote, won the war in Iraq, right?
Man,
so
this is amazing.
This is
breaking news.
Yeah.
This is the most news the news has ever been.
Exactly. Yeah, this is real, right? So ultimately, what we do, we'd meet once a week, and we'd say, all right, who are we going after today? We're gonna go after Michael Beltran. All right, cool.
Let's
cool.
not do that.
Yeah, no, no, you're good.
We're gonna take all his ramekins.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck up his ramekins, which he bought on Amazon, by the way. Evil Empire.
I did not. Just
I
saying.
did not buy those ramekins on Amazon. So we capture Michael, and then I take his cell phone, right? Just like if I took Beltran's cell phone, I go, all right, who do we got on here? And I'd start digging through, and I'd find Falco and Nick Jiménez, all that, right? That's your
You
last
find
name,
Nick
right?
Jiménez
Yeah.
on a cell phone?
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Find it on a cell phone. So I'm like, ooh, high value target. And then we would pick one of those guys, and we would go after that person. It just perpetually went. I don't even know where the fuck were we going with this. Todd's of wine got me fucking
the
turned.
surge. We're explaining the surge.
Oh yeah, the
talking about
surge.
the surge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the surge was. We just sent a whole bunch of fucking U.S. troops there to try to, and we signed a peace treaty, or not a peace treaty. We came to agreement with Muqtada al-Sadr, who's like the head of the. He was the guy with the wonky
I feel like
eye.
reading so much information.
Remember al-Sadr? He was the guy with the wonky eye.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So ultimately that's basically what it is. And then we quelled it, and everything got really peaceful over there.
And then
relatively
10 minutes
speaking.
later, you started making your own beer.
And then I got back, and I was an intelligence officer. But I had a translator that would translate the documents. Now, they were going back to the culinary scene of Baghdad. That would translate the documents, and she's from Baghdad. And she's like, my sister still lives there, and there's a spot here that has the best baklava in the entire world.
How was it?
Dude, and she smuggled the baklava in.
I love that.
Through,
We smuggled baklava.
Her sister, who
God,
still
I
lived
wanna
there.
try
is
this
fucking
baklava.
great.
Amazing.
It was fucking great.
I love the
It
idea
was
of
great
smuggled baklava
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, and baklava.
Like, what?
Exactly. And baklava is like chocolate chip cookies and fucking ice cream and
No,
fucking
but
pizza.
it's not, though. Listen,
Like-
chocolate and pistachios, very different.
Oh, no.
Very different on the price range.
That's not what I mean. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that you like even really bad baklava is still good. Right? Even bad pizza is still good. Like I still fuck with a hot and ready every now and then from fucking and I
Let
know
me ask you, as a guy who owns a pizza place, how many times do you order Domino's?
Oh no, I don't fuck with But you know what I do get? Papa John's.
Oh, man.
Because I love him to
Listen,
death.
Papa John's is a racist, and I just won't give him any of
Horrible.
my money.
He's horrible. So let me tell you about my condescending children, right? Specifically my daughter. My son, they're not listening, by the way. My son
I hope not. For
eats
fuck's
my
sake.
pizza. My son eats my pizza. My daughter goes out of her way to not eat my pizza.
Really?
And one day she told me, they ordered Papa John's, and I go home, and my wife goes like, what is this? Right? And my daughter looks at me, and she goes, don't worry, Daddy. You're still the real Papa John. I'm like, dude,
It's like a very
I would
condescending.
never say
like,
this
it's
to
fine.
I would never say this to my daughter, but in my head, I wanted to be like, fuck you. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Like, come on, right? But anyway, so I don't know where we're going. But yes, no.
Back to Baghdad.
Papa John's the worst. Back to
Baghdad.
So
We were just in the middle of smuggling baklava.
smuggled, the baklava was smuggled, big jump. He'll edit it. Smuggled through
It's good.
smuggled through. We had a bazaar there, right? Which is just what they call market in Baghdad, right? So we had a bazaar where you'd buy like fake CDs, but our baklava was smuggled through there.
What's
We had
a fake
fire
CD?
Baklava. Oh no, sorry, like bootleg CDs and DVDs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it always be like, oh, it's DVD quality, and it was never DVD.
It's like
quality.
Avengers. It's the
Yeah.
Avengers, and it's all like just fucking like faded.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. There's guys laughing and shit in the background.
Oh well, I guess now we've taken such
Nick
like
is
a hard,
standing up.
We've taken such like a hard turn. We should all just start talking to them our microphones like this.
I just feel like tomorrow Nick is going to be like, I got to be honest with you. I don't want to send a text to Falco, but none of this is usable.
We all blame Todd and his wine.
All of this is going to turn into like What are those things you put on Instagram where it's like a video, but it
Jib
repeats
jab?
itself?
One of those jib jab?
Boomerang.
Boomerang. This whole thing is just going to turn a boomerang of like.
We did a boomerang with Falco from Strange Beast.
Yeah, that's it.